sitting at my desk and I'm currently doing digital marketing. And the thoughts that are going through my head are, is this video the one, or is this footage good, or is she the one? Wait, what do you mean? Is she the one? Where did that come from? I was so focused on doing all the work, and all of a sudden I had a thought about that girl I took out the other day. Is she into me? Is she the one? I don't know. Should I check my phone real quick? I pick up my phone to check if she answered me back. Not yet. It's been a couple hours. Put it down. All right, we're back to work, right? I try to do some work and it's just irritating at this point. Like, I really want to know, is this girl the one? Was she gonna text me back? I really want to know more. I want to take her out again, blah, 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 blah. All these thoughts are running through my mind. What's really happening is here, it's kind of distracting me from the work that I'm trying to do. So I pause my work and I just go on my phone and just scroll on my phone just to fucking cope, right? The fact is, the reason I told you this story is because I got so easily pulled away from my work. The question that gets thrown around the self-improvement space is, should I work on myself, or should I date? Should I do both? What should you really do? I'm gonna give you some advice straight up. For the first 6 months, I say work on yourself. Have that period where you kind of evolve, where you get away from your old self, the old version of yourself, and you push past that and you have everything in order. Before that, let me tell you what I've been through and what I can help you with. I haven't had any serious relationships during my self-improvement journey, but I have had girls that I wanted to take out, that I thought were attractive, that I was interested in. But I always held myself back from leaping forward and getting to know them or just talking to them. I always held myself back. Like, okay, I need to work on myself. I gotta go, so I can't talk to no one. I gotta have no distractions. There would be moments though where I did open up and I did talk to some girls and I was taking them on dates and whatever. And what I'm gonna give you in this video is the 5 things that I've learned that can kind of help you and guide you towards your answer. Should you date or should you work on yourself? Number 1, investing in yourself to attract a better woman. I truly believe that the better that you become, the better woman that you can attract. Because a lot of the guys in self-improvement, they want a feminine woman, they want a girl who's loyal, who can be by their side. Everyone has their preferences, right? But a lot of the guys, they expect to they have these like high standards, but they're fucking losers. Like, and I look at that, I'm like, what? Like, dude, like, no wonder no one wants you, because you're like, you fucking play video games, you jack off 3 times a day. No wonder they don't want you. Like, and you're sitting here over here complaining about how lonely you are. Dude, go fucking work on yourself or some shit. Go hit the gym. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like, I suggest that you, especially that you work on yourself for a couple months and find yourself and kind of get a little bit organized, what you're working on, where you're going in life before you start going out and dating. Because a lot of times people will go out and date just to hide away from just being lonely. And I had a real problem with being lonely. The reason that I would want to have a girlfriend is just because I was lonely. That's just really what it was in the moment. Where I am now, I'm currently a little bit over a year in self-improvement. What I do now is I'm more open, right? I'm not closed off. If I meet a girl, of course I'm gonna get to know her if I find her attractive, but I'm not so closed off anymore. And just because I bettered myself, I trust myself, and I trust that I can treat a woman properly. Of course, I'm not perfect, I'm not the best, but the better you are, the better woman that you will attract. I truly believe that. Next thing we're to get into is, do you even know your purpose? So, like I said before, I was stuck in this like lonely trap. Like, I was in my room all the time, it was like winter too. I was like trying to get some work done, but I always had the back of my mind like, oh, I just want someone to give me attention. I want someone to love me. I want someone to, I want a girl, right? I want to treat her nice, blah, 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 right? All these thoughts started running through my mind. But it's like, look at yourself. Do you know your goals? Do you know where you're going in life? How can you even provide for her when you're broke? You're broke, you don't have the best mental health. It's like, how do you expect to treat a woman like a queen, like properly, if you don't even know yourself, you don't even know your purpose? So what I suggest you do is spend that time by yourself. Be intentional with your work. Be intentional with where you want to go. Get organized. Kind of get your life in order. What are you going to work on? What are your goals that you have in mind? Because your purpose comes before dating any woman, being in front of any girl. Like, your purpose comes before any of that. Because at the end of the day, women love a man who is on his purpose, who has goals, who's really passionate. Like, you shouldn't even be thinking about women if you don't even know your purpose. So I suggest go finding your purpose before you even like go out and start dating girls. Next thing I'm gonna get into is, do you actually like her or do you just want to fuck? A lot of the times guys, like, they just want a girl just because they just want to fuck her, which as a man, it's like deep down inside of us we have that dark side of us that, yeah, we do, is kind of like a goal, you know what I mean, to have children, to plant our seed in other women, right? But a lot of times, like, lust would overcome guys. I had a huge problem with this, right? The only reason I would want girls is literally just because I want to get my nut off. That's pretty much just what it is. I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it, right? But I started to realize that, and I started to, like, kind of differentiate, like, who I found attractive and who I didn't, and why I found them attractive, you know what I mean? Because it's not about looks. Of course we want a beautiful woman, a gorgeous woman, but if you're just lusting over her, it's not even worth it. And you really have to be more aware of that. Men desire women regardless, and they might want a woman, but do they really need a woman? Can they, like, provide for her? Can they care for her? See, if you have a girl that you're talking to right now, be honest with yourself. Are you texting her just because you want to fuck, or are you texting her because you genuinely like her and you're genuinely interested in her? The next thing I'm gonna get into is, don't hold yourself back. I used to do this so many times. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I've had so many times where a bunch of girls, like, no, it's not like that. I had a few moments where a girl was interested and I held myself back. I didn't give myself fully, and they would realize that and back off as well. And then boom, I lost a chance. I fumbled. Like, this would happen a couple of times, and every single time, I'm like, fuck, like, why did I not, like, pursue? Why did I not, like, give myself out there? Why wasn't I open? So what I don't want you to do is be hesitant, because girls can fucking see that in you if you're hesitant, if you're like, oh, if you're half foot in, half foot out. Because if you're gonna pursue a woman, just go all in. That's what I would say. And when you do have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like, don't go out and lead all these girls on. Don't just fucking lead them on just to not do anything with them because you're so focused on your goals, you know what I mean? You should have never led them on in the first place. See, if you are pretty secure with yourself and you know your purpose, like, you're doing good in life, yes, of course, go out and be open. Give yourself to the world, like, you mean, be more open. I say you should start dating once you have your purpose in line, your mental health in line, your financials, like, everything's just in line, right? And then you can be there with the girl and be present in the moment. You're not worried about getting money. You're not worried about this or that. It really is all about being present with her. So don't hold yourself back. You'll know when it's time. Next thing I'm gonna get into is that it will cost so much brain power. See, if you really want to love a woman, I'm not some fucking expert or anything like that, but from my experience, if you want to love a woman, that when you're with her, you have to give her 100% of your presence, like, in your mind. And girls sense that. They sense if you're present, or if you're thinking, or if you have a thought in your mind. If you're overthinking, they can sense that shit. It's crazy. Like, for example, if you're talking to a girl and you're just, like, constantly using brain power, trying to text her, trying to think of the perfect text, trying to think of, like, a pickup line, and it's just like, I don't think it's worth it. You know what I mean? Because if you're not where you want to be, it's like, I think you should give 100% to your work and not to a girl, to your work, and to your friends, to all these other things, because how are you supposed to focus? How are you supposed to be 100% with your work and be 100% with your girl? It's just not gonna work like that. See, I had this problem when I was talking to this one girl. Like, I'm such a bad texter. Like, I'm not good at texting my buddies back. I'm not good at texting my parents or anything like that. That it's like when this girl would text me, like, I would just take hours and hours to respond, just because I don't know how to fucking text, bro. I don't know how to do that shit. And I would always think, like, what should I say? What should I say in my head? And a couple hours later, I'm just like, bro, like, I'm overthinking. I've wasted my time. Like, I'm just coping, scrolling on my phone, you know what I mean, trying to escape from the fucking problem, right? It's like, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Just say what you want to say. So it's like, a lot of the times, it costs me a lot of brain power to think of a text and whatever. You see, I hope this video helped you kind of get an idea of if you should date, or if you shouldn't date, or you should just work on yourself, because it really is up to you. Because if you have a woman that you really want to get to know, I say go for it. But if you're not really secure with your work, you don't know where you want to be, and you're kind of lost, and you're just trying to find a woman to pull you away from your goals and your purpose, then it's like, dude, come on, get back to work and get yourself aligned, then go and pursue, right? And as you can see, like, I did not mention once in this video, oh, go and pursue a bunch of women, go and talk to multiple women, and go be a fucking little fucking whore, right? That's not what I said. I never said any of that, because I don't really believe in that. I believe in one girl, meeting her, getting to know her, and just building a relationship. That's what I believe in. And I think that's the right way that all men should treat a woman, and to go out and pursue women is just one, you know what I mean? Bro, if you have fucking 3 chicks and your mind is at 20%, 20%, 20%, and then 40% in your work, it's like, dude, come on. It's like, get your mind either in one place or another, you know what I mean? So I hope this video has helped you, and go and continue your journey, and don't forget to keep moving forward.